Good to be back after the mid-season break.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a bit weird having a break. I've never had a break like halfway through the season, and also it's a bit different because I started last season and joined in January. So usually, like, especially when I meet up with Wales, all the boys, that was their last game, sort of thing. But obviously I'm going now till November, so it was a bit like a weird first time experiencing it. But it was nice to have a break, nice to get away.
Because you were playing since the start of the English season, was it a welcome sort of couple of days off?
Yeah, it was quite nice, to be fair. I mean, I didn't. I sort of just like got to switch off a little bit, but then it was nice to get back into it at the same time, because obviously we have goals and objectives you want to hit this season, and you can't sort of like switch off fully when you know you've got them to hit and achieve.
Yeah. The Amalfi Coast in Italy, was that the destination? It looked nice going by your Instagram.
That was a destination, yeah. No, it was really nice, to be fair. It's never been there before. It's a wonderful place. Like, some of the drives and the scenery and that, it's amazing.
What was the drives like?
Crazy. I mean, roads like this big, people on like Vespas just in and out. I'm just like in my car like that, but no, it's a good experience.
Yeah.
Drive there, you can drive anywhere.
Yeah. Back to international duty with the 21s with Wales. I'm sure Wales is rocking now after qualification for the World Cup.
Yeah, exactly. Amazing. I mean, I can't believe it, to be honest. Like, well, it's part of like a 10-year journey now that started years ago. I mean, I remember watching them when I was a kid, and they were, bang average back then, and now like competing with the big boys and going to World Cup, like, it's brilliant.
Yeah. What's the mood been like in the 21s since that?
No, it was brilliant. I mean, everyone come in. Obviously, we met up 2 days after they'd qualified, so that was all the talk with the staff and everything, and saying how much they've achieved and how big of an achievement it is. And yeah, it was the whole country's like behind them, so it's amazing.
Where did you watch the playoff?
I just got back, so I literally just got back. I went to my nan's house, and then I watched it with some family there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Oh, it was class.
Yeah.
It was quite nervy, like usually don't really sort of like watching games and stuff, you sort of experience some of the things, but I mean, game of that level was like, you're watching and you're like just hoping that they get the win, see it through.
It can transform a country. I'm showing my age here, and I remember Italia 90. I was only a kid, but that was the first time Ireland qualified, and the nation it was a huge lift for everybody.
No, it's massive. I mean, when I was a kid in Wales, it was always rugby, and like the last decade has switched so much, and I'm sure this now will like push that and drive Welsh football even more. You'll have more kids, wanting to be like play in the World Cup with Wales, because it's achievable, and they've showed that. So that drive will be massive, and the FAW will like push it to as a max, really.
Yeah. The goalkeeper played his part in the qualifier. I'm sure you were impressed with his performance.
Oh, it was incredible. I mean, like, how many saves was it? And then like brilliant saves as well. And like, not even just like it was the weather was horrible, wasn't it? And like balls coming in, and he's holding them or making like a good decision to parry or whatever into good areas. And it was, to be fair, without him, without Wayne Hensey, it would have been a different score, I'm sure.
Yeah. For yourself in the 21s, you played against Holland last week, unlucky to be beaten late on. That's you done now with the 21s. Is it sad to finish up with that sort of group?
Yeah, it is, to be fair. I mean, being involved in a good couple of camps now, different games, different tests. Like every team you play has something, and obviously the Holland team was the best in our group, won the group, and there was a reason for that. Like we obviously played well, defended well and stuff. It was just disappointing the way it ended, conceding late on. But like you said, it is quite, obviously done with the 21s now, and it's weird because you're playing against sort of like the best players in your age, and then obviously it ends, which for us was disappointing because there's a couple of games where we should have won, and that would have put us like right up there in the group. But I mean, that's football. Yeah.
You come home early. You missed the Gibraltar game, but Joe Adams, a goal and an assist. He did really well.
I know, he did. Yeah, I watched the game. It was a good finish, and it was a great ball for his assist as well, the second goal. And yeah, it was good for the boys to finish on a high like that, 2-0. Probably hot weather as well, just saw the game out nice and comfortable. And a lot of them, that's their season done now, so it's probably like probably like a big push for some of them when mentally they know they're off for a couple of weeks, but they got the job done. So
yeah. How's life without the third amigo? Dan Williams obviously going back to Swansea because of his injury. It's unfortunate, but do you miss him in the house?
Yeah, it's unfortunate for him. He was doing well. He was a bit of a live one in the house, so obviously it's a bit quieter now. But no, I'm sure he'll get his rehab done, and then hopefully wherever he goes next, we'll always look out for him. He's a good kid.
Yeah, a good kid. Friday night, what a game to come back to. The run that we're on as well, it means it's first against second. We can close the gap. It should be sunny here on Friday night.
Oh, exactly. Like you said, it's a big game. The games you want to play and the big ones against the best teams. That's who you want to test yourself against. And like you said, there's obviously they're top at the minute, so there's no better team to go and come back and get straight into.
Yeah. The home form here has been amazing. 6 wins on the trot. And I think if you look back to the game at Rovers early in the season, we probably should have won that one as well.
Yeah, like you said, it's important we make this place as difficult to come to as possible. You don't want to, even away games, you don't want it to be just if something doesn't go their way, it's not, it's easy to get through them. We want to make it difficult, and the fans play their part in that as well.
Yeah, it's been a brilliant first half to the season, hasn't it? And I think everybody's now, it was nice to get a couple of days, but everybody just wants to get back into the way it was a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, it was a bit weird because obviously you have objectives and that to hit, so that's the mood now at the minute. Just come back, hit the ground running, and get those objectives hit and achieved. Yeah,
and the sun's shining as well since you come back.
I know, I must have brought the sun with me today.
The Amalfi Coast and Dundalk.
Exactly. No, it's nice to be fair. It's not my ideal weather, but
me neither, Nathan.
No, it's nice to be out playing in the sun. So
good stuff. Best of luck Friday night.
Thank you very much.